Welcome to another edition of Anglican Unscripted, the Technical Difficulty Edition. I'm Kevin Carlson.
And I'm George Conger, and after 6 takes, it remains October 14th, 2015.
Is it the same day we started? Okay, all right. Okay, George, some hour and a half ago, we started recording Anglican Unscripted, and we're going to try this again. We've gone through just a calamity of things. George's mic died. We had sound issues from the beginning. I somehow unplugged my earpiece.
The burglar alarm went
The
off.
burglar alarm at George's church went off. The screen behind me has fallen off. It is what it is. But this is a great chance because we're going to talk quickly about our personal lives because people like to hear about that. I get emails all the time. What's the situation with the condo? We have moved out of the hotel and we live in the condo. The flooring is finally done in the condo and now the walls have been painted. The condo has returned to a state of normal, and so have the Carlsons.
So, if I understand you correctly, you have moved on up to the east side,
Yes.
deluxe apartment in the sky.
That's it. Good times, just good times. And so we've reached this state of nirvana. Now, normal for the Carlsons is absolute chaos. 4 people in a condo is chaos. And so we renamed this Chaos Condo. George, people ask all the time, what's with George's family? They're all psycho. No, they're just normal. George, what's going on this week?
Well, Kevin, the Lord chastises those whom he loveth.
Yes,
The Lord loves me.
he does.
Oh my goodness, it's just been one thing after another. Susan and my wife and I were having lunch today when my daughter texted to report that she had been just pulled over by a policeman for her first speeding ticket. And we had a blow by blow. So she texted my wife, what's the registration? What's insurance? Where do I find them? And well, the good news was that the policeman wrote the ticket down from a dangerous driving level of speed to just a massively huge fine level of speed.
For those in the know, she was not doing 41 in a 40. Jeez, no.
And nor was she driving in the fast lane with her blinker on either. She was speeding. You know, here in Florida, we have these billboards that advertise alligator wrestling, Daytona Beach, buy Florida oranges, and behind each of these signs in our small towns are police cars. We have speed traps, and she got sprung in a speed trap.
Oh, no. Okay, well, so life goes on in our chaotic families. Keep us in your prayers. There's no way. This is the first time we've gone 6 tapings to get an episode out, so it's a little crazy for both of us. I'll end up being tongue-tied here in a minute, saying words incorrectly and stuff like that. It just happens. We have breaking news. Right now, over the Atlantic, is Archbishop Justin Welby, Archbishop of Canterbury. He has left Virginia Theological Seminary, and he's flying, this is breaking, to Cairo, Egypt. Oh, yes, it's exciting. George, why was he here in Virginia?
He was here for the consecration of Emmanuel Chapel at the Virginia Theological Seminary.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop Welby came. The chapel burnt down in 2000. Long-term fundraising project is finished, $2.5 million project, beautiful facility. And the Archbishop was here. And he sort of did something a little unusual. You know, archbishops go around dedicating things all the time. Here, he asked that the ACNA have representatives sent to the seminary gathering.
Yeah, the Reformed Episcopal
So-
Seminary was there.
Yes, the Reformed Episcopal Church Seminary in Philadelphia was asked to send representatives. Now, Nashotah House and Trinity Seminary are Episcopal seminaries, but they supply students to both groups.
Mhm.
But REC is not an Episcopal seminary, yet it was specifically asked to be included on the roster of invitees.
Oh, there's one missing. Which one did Catherine Jefferts Schori teach at? Were they represented, George?
In place. No, I don't. She was dean of studies,
Something
or
like that. Well, they should have been there too, Archbishop. Well, a quick oversight. So we just announced breaking news that he's flying to Cairo. He's flying there because by circumstance, happenstance, whatever reason, there's going to be a lot of primates in Cairo. And they're there because the global South to South event was canceled. What happened there, George?
uh, beginning on Monday was the start of the sixth Global South to South meeting
Hmm.
in Carthage in Tunisia. However, on Friday of last week, Munir Nice, the chairman of the Global South Coalition, which you could sort of characterize as the center right amongst the primates in the Anglican Communion, he canceled the conference. The reason why, we've since been able to learn, was that there was a suspected ISIS terrorist attack in the neighborhood of the place they were going to hold the service. Now, now, Kevin, do you remember what's happened earlier this year in
Well, in
Tunisia?
Tunisia, they had two terrorists shoot machine guns through a beach and kill a bunch of tourists. They went through a museum in Tunisia and also killed a bunch of tourists. And then this latest one on Monday was an assassination attempt.
Actually, it was last
That's
Thursday,
right.
the day before he canceled. A member of parliament who's a member of the ruling government party who are at war with the Islamist terrorists. He was driving his car, and a terrorist pulled up in another car, leaned out the side windows as they're driving down the street, and emptied their machine pistols into his car.
Hmm.
Fortunately, he was able to speed away, and the paint job was ruined. A few hundred bullets will do that to you. He escaped injury, but this was not immediately outside the gates where they were going to hold the Anglican gathering, but in that area where they've had the tourist murders. And the Tunisian government said, look, this is only 50, 60 miles from the Libyan border. We cannot guarantee your safety because ISIS is active in this area. This is not a good time to come
So
near.
Monday morning, Munir Nice puts out a little announcement saying, listen, we're canceling the Global South Initiative meeting in Tunisia. We will let you know when there's an update, when we'll have the gathering again. Now, in reality, this leaves a lot of people who booked out this 7 to 10 days on their calendar free. And
Yes and no.
mhm,
Yes and no. Um, yes, they were going to go to this conference, but what they didn't tell anybody, or at least they didn't tell me, was that they were going to have a meeting on the sidelines to decide what to do about the Lambeth
mhm,
invitation, and that they had asked Justin Welby to come address them.
mhm.
This was something that had not been shared. So even though the Tunisia meeting was canceled, that meant that some of the primates, not all of them, because not all of them were going to go to this gathering, some of them were left with a few days of freedom on their hands before the Wednesday meeting of the primates gathering.
So, as anybody who's read anything on Anglican Ink found out, Monday we announced that the meeting had started. Um, well, we need to explain that, first of all, there was not a separate early meeting that occurred on Monday. Monday was an incorrect start time. There's no conspiracy. The GAFCON people are not conspiring against the Global South people. There's no primates conspiring against other primates. Anglican Inc. got the date wrong. How does that happen, George? Don't blame me by pointing to me, but just,
Well, the thing, there is no perfect
Mhm,
knowledge in the sense that nobody tells, in other words, we have to discover these things, discern these things, and so we gather information from sources we consider reliable.
mhm.
There are primates, plural, meeting today, Sunday, Monday, in Cairo, and they're going to be talking about the Lambeth Conference, Lambeth Primates Gathering.
No, yeah, Private's Gathering. Okay.
That that's different from their formally beginning the meeting. There are a few guys there ahead of time. Now, if we're not told that they're going to start on Wednesday until after we publish that they're talking, of course we're going to get it wrong because we don't have the full facts. And I only learned today that Justin Welby was going to be there, and from all places, NPR.
Yeah.
Come on now, guys. If I've got to figure out I think I'm fairly clued in on the Anglican scene. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. I know,
Until Monday, we all thought you were, but yes.
man. Well, how did NPR have this story? And how can we say with absolute certainty? in case of those people who think we may be wrong on this one, Justin Welby said so. We've got it on tape. Justin Welby participated in a roundtable hosted by the Council on Foreign Relations in Washington, D.C. Sam Jeltsin of NPR was the moderator, and he spent the time asking Justin Welby questions about the state of the Anglican Communion, about the state of one of the wonderful things that Justin Welby was Justin Welby talked about how reconciliation is so important and takes such a great place in the workings of Anglicans everywhere. And Kevin, I'm going to turn my head and read from a transcript.
Please do.
Please get a bucket as you throw up.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my goodness. Basically, we are here a few days. Okay. The Anglican Communion leading and the Archbishop of the Anglican Communion are leading the reconciliation work. We see that all over the place. So the Communion, and I know that Catherine Jefferts Schori, the presiding bishop here, has been very involved in this reconciliation.
Of course.
Well, yes, she's been involved in reconciliation work because she's been the problem that caused the need for reconciliation.
I thought maybe it was
So
International Opposite Day. No, she's
technically, she is involved in reconciliation by being the cause of the problem that needs reconciliation. You know, Kevin, if it were not for Catherine Jefferts Schori, there would be no ACNA.
I know.
And for Justin, well, maybe he's just trying to be nice to NPR because they worship Catherine Jefferts Schori.
No,
But-
well, no. Ironically, the place he's flying to and the group he's meeting with, GAFCON, would not exist if it were not for Catherine Jefferts Schori. You know,
So yes, Kevin, I guess I should apologize and say, yes, Catherine Jefferts Schori has been influential in the reconciliation movement.
yes.
Whether she's been reconciled or not, I don't know.
So,
Well, he then goes on to say that he's going to be in Cairo. He's leaving from Washington to go to Cairo. And he goes on and he gives a heads up of what he wants to achieve at this Cairo meeting. He makes a very firm statement that truth is not relative to time, place, or culture. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus and Jesus alone. We can't allow any deviation from that.
however, to just say the
Praise
however.
God. Praise God. And then comes the comma and the subordinate clause. However, culture determines how we interpret that person, Jesus. So truth is relative when it's not relative, or truth is truthful when it's not truth. I don't know how that works.
There's no way to put a proper analogy. Truth only exists in culture. You know, who knows? So we have Justin Welby. He's going to meet with the GAFCON and Global South primates Thursday and Friday, to the best of our knowledge. And they're going
To the best of his knowledge.
and to the best of his knowledge. And so we're going to go with that. Now, interesting realities. You know, we've not had a presser or any hints. Well, I've had a couple off the record talks with some people, but nobody said whether or not GAFCON is going to go. Is this going to be the formative meeting where Justin talks them into it? Are they going to, or have they already pretty much decided they're going to go or not go? We really don't know, but.
Well, what we do know, and what people will tell us across the board is that they want to be united on this. They want to speak with one. First, they want to have Justin Welby know before I know. In other words, they're not going to make their announcement through the media.
Thank God.
Second, well, that's annoying, but hey.
You know, whatever.
Second, they want to speak with a united voice, and they want to have the Global South and GAFCON speaking with a united voice, not just one group going one way, one group going the other way. Now, as we mentioned, there's an ARDF meeting in November in Cairo. Many of these guys are in the ARDF board. They may talk it over now and not decide till November because they have to take it home to the home team to get, the Nigerian House of Bishops will want to chew this over. So, are they going to come to a decision? Maybe. Are they going to announce it? I'd be very surprised unless they told Justin at the meeting themselves what they're going to do.
Well, that brings up the interesting thing, because last time the Orthodox met with the Archbishop, like Rowan Williams and Dar es Salaam, they left with an agenda. They left with a great thing for the Archbishop to do. There was a go back to the Episcopal Church House of Bishops, tell them to repent, return to the fold. These guys are great at putting a presentation before somebody and saying, go do this. Are they going to do that in this case to say, we will have a meeting if?
Well, you have to remember this little angle. This meeting at Virginia Theological Seminary, I think, would probably be the first extended time that Justin Welby got to meet and talk to Michael Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Michael Curry were not on the scene and he's just going back to say, Catherine Jefferson Shorey's coming and blah, blah, would you come too? The answer is no. Michael Curry is creates a whole new situation on the ground. And he may, and I don't know, he isn't there yet. He's flying as we speak right now. I think he'll probably give some comments about his views of Michael Curry,
Mm-hmm.
saying, give this guy a chance.
Sure. Which is appropriate. He doesn't, everybody gets a chance, we hope. Give us a chance. All right, that's the breaking news. We've taken up about 15, maybe 16 minutes of your time. We will hopefully update this story as soon as we get more information.
Or not, because no one's given us information.
Yeah, nobody's giving us information. The technology's not working. You and I have time schedules that conflict. Our daughters are causing havoc in our life. I'm Kevin Carlson.
And I'm George Conger, and I have a Bible study to start in 20 minutes, and you've been watching episode 202 of Anglican Unscripted.
We started this yesterday, right?
Two men leaned out of the windows of the other speeding car and emptied their machine pistols into his Mercedes. He was able to get away with his life. Paint job's pretty
Yes.
shut up. Now, this is only 50 miles from the Libyan border.
Right.
If ISIS is operating at the gates of the hotel right now, somebody has set off the burglar alarm.
Sorry, we'll continue. Okay, it's all set. Oh.
I've got to turn it off.
Okay, hold on.